been significant outrage, as you've seen, against LIPA. As governor of New York, you are the head of that public authority. Specifically, I understand there are 6 Board of Trustees positions that have not been filled. There's been no president for the past 2 years. What's your answer to those problems? Do you take responsibility for what's been happening and what hasn't been happening at LIPA?
Well, LIPA is not the provider of power. National Grid is the provider of power, right? LIPA has basically been an intergovernmental political organization for most of its time. The provider there is National Grid. The way the provider is Con Edison, the way the provider is PSE&G. These are the providers, the utilities that are the providers. Now, they are regulated by the state of New York, primarily by the Public Service Commission, which determines the rate of reimbursements, sets rates, etc. But they are long-standing, basically monopolistic bureaucracies. And I have said from day one, they are going to be held accountable. They're going to be held accountable by me as governor of this state on behalf of the people of the state. Because I think, and I understand the immensity of the storm, I really, really do. And I want to be fair and reasonable with the utility companies, because they'll say, well, you just don't understand, Governor, you don't understand how many tree limbs were down and how big the devastation. I understand. But I think they were not prepared. I think they were non-communicative in their response. I think the non-communicativeness actually exacerbated the situation. People understood that they went through a storm. New Yorkers are understanding people. But just tell me the facts. Tell me when. Tell me how. Give me an idea. The non-communication. Con Edison went through a situation in Astoria several years back. Same problem, lack of communication. People just didn't know. Is it tomorrow morning? Is it tomorrow night? Should I leave? Should I take my kids? So I have said to the people of this state, they will be held accountable.
Which should they have been held accountable previous? The fact that these Board of Trustees positions haven't been filled, there hasn't been a president. Why was nothing done in the months prior, the years prior? These are
systems that go back literally decades. Literally decades. Especially in the case of Con Edison. And it is a system that doesn't work for this type of emergency crisis reaction. It doesn't. It's a system from a different time and a different place. We're going to have this question, I think, in many more areas, by the way. But their preparation, their responsiveness, the communication, the coordination.
But do you take any responsibility for that as the head overseer?
I am, as the head overseer, when we get stabilized, I'm going to do a thorough review / investigation, and a very serious one, and they will be held accountable for past performance. And then we also have to get smart about this, and we have to make sure that we're prepared for when this happens again.